If your retirement plan is Social Security, you don't have a retirement plan, and nobody is going to fix that for you. I don't say that to be negative. I say it because that's reality. Most people are walking around thinking, oh, I'll figure it out later. The system is going to take care of me. I've got time. And then before you know it, 20, 30 years go by and nothing has actually changed. The truth is, if you don't take control of your money now, no one's going to come do it for you. Not your job, not the government, not your family, not anything. The people who actually end up financially free, they're not smarter, they didn't get lucky, they just started earlier and took action. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why that mindset of I'll do it later, someone is coming to help me is dangerous, and what you should actually be doing instead if you don't want to wake up one day and realize, oh shit, you're stuck. Real quick before we get into the actual content, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're a returning viewer, I really appreciate your consistent viewership. If you're a new viewer, thanks for stopping by the debrief. If you want more out of life, you need to understand money. So this channel is about building wealth, thinking long term, and becoming the best version of yourself. We cover things from tech sales, investing, personal finance, and everything kind of within that bracket. Also, quick progress update. We have officially crested 40,000 views, so thank you so much for making that happen. I wouldn't be able to do that obviously without you guys, the audience, so I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch and to hopefully get some value from these videos and better yourself and start working on wealth creation and your retirement. I have noticed, I think we have a pretty low subscriber count. I think we're at 45 right now for 40,000 views, and it looks like about 90% of the people watching are not subscribed. So if you could do me a huge favor, and if you get any value from this content, this channel, please subscribe. It makes a huge difference. Comment, share it with someone who you think it would help. And now let's get back into the video. We live in a culture that prioritizes everything now, instantaneously, right? And that's not a new message, but I do think it's something that's worth repeating. And with that kind of being the general mindset, now, think about TikTok, Instagram Reels, even YouTube Shorts, right? It's instantaneous, snap of your fingers content. Immediately, right? So it's, I think, even become harder culturally, at least in America and first world countries, to prioritize investing in yourself and your future, both from a skill perspective and personally and a financial perspective. Preparing for the future, it seems like even though we have more tools than ever before, it's easier than ever before. We're focusing on the here and the now immediately, right? And don't get me wrong, it's important to be, I would say, present, but you need to also have that future-focused mindset where you're taking care of yourself. You're thinking about, hey, if I'm in my 20s, what are my 30s going to look like? If I'm in my 30s, what are my 40s going to look like? And regardless of your age, what is my retirement going to look like, right? 20, 30, 40 years down the road, how am I going to afford to live? How much do I need to live annually as far as an income? What's my spend look like, right? And that is kind of being pushed to the wayside. So the point of this video is to kind of put out a call to action and say, hey, you don't have time necessarily, right? We need to focus on starting to build our nest egg, our retirement planning now. We need to start investing and thinking about how are we going to live 20, 30 years down the road now. I've paid many thousands of dollars, for example, into Social Security, and they keep pushing, if you know anything about that, they keep pushing the retirement age back, right? It's becoming more difficult and more difficult to collect Social Security, and with inflation and the rising cost of living, the money that is getting paid out is less and less, right? It has less and less buying power. So that's not a plan for retirement, right? We need to actually take action. No one is going to come and save us, right? We need to actually do something with our money now, right? Look at opening up a Roth 401k or Roth IRA, these special tax advantage retirement accounts. Look at starting to open a brokerage account and invest in a low-cost index fund that tracks a stock market index like the S&P 500. If you don't do that, right, there's going to be nothing to live off of. No one's going to be able to support you. The government's not going to be able to support you. So I'm definitely urging you as a person and as a viewer to start taking a look at that now. Take action now. Think about what you need to survive and start taking the natural next steps to get there. So let's do a quick recap and mix some other stuff in here. As far as key points, Social Security isn't going to be enough, right? The onus and responsibility is on you as the individual to take care of both yourself and your family if you have one. It was never meant to fully fund retirement. It was just meant to supplement it. And the average payouts are not enough to live comfortably. I think I've seen my grandma and other people struggle with that, and it's a real issue. It's a real problem. So you need to be thinking about that. And by the time we retire, whatever your age is now, benefits are likely to be reduced or even delayed. In the best case scenario, Social Security helps a little. Worst case, it's barely there or not there at all. Either way, you're not going to be able to build a life around it. And I think that's important to note. Second, the later trap, right? This is, I think, something that we can all relate to. People think typically, I've had maybe hundreds of conversations around this with, friends, family, and colleagues. People think I'll start investing when I make more. I'll figure it out in my 30s or my 40s. Time is your biggest advantage. That's the reality. And that's wasting it, right? That's throwing out hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in compounding, right? It comes down to time and the snowball effect. The biggest mistake isn't of losing money. It's waiting too long to start. Let's pivot to the power of taking action early, right? Even small amounts matter. $5 or $10 invested a day adds up, and the consistency is more important than the size of what you're contributing. Compounding only works if you start early and you stick with it. So it's not about being perfect, it's about participating and being involved and actually taking some action. Moving forward, let's talk more about the mindset shift, right? Stop thinking about what's the minimum I can do and start thinking, how do I actually build real wealth and a comfortable retirement? Most people are trying to survive financially. You should be thinking more long term about how can I actually win and build wealth in a way where I'm not struggling every day. All right. Moving forward, so what should I actually be doing? We covered a lot of this, but I want to give you something actionable. Keep it very simple, right? Increase your income as much as you can. Be looking for promotions at work, side hustle skills, maybe pivoting to a different industry. Definitely invest consistently into some of the things we talked about: index funds, dividend stocks, opening up some of those tax advantage retirement accounts, like a 401k, a Roth 401k, a Roth IRA, and then avoid lifestyle inflation. As you make more and you start to do better, it's easy to fall into the trap of, well, I need the 470-inch 8K TVs, I need a new car, I need this. Start thinking about how you can reduce costs, and as you make more, scale your contributions into your investment accounts. So in short, make more, invest the difference, repeat. It's simple advice, but it's definitely not easy. And then lastly, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be rich right now. You just need to start. And remember, most people never do that, and that's what's going to differentiate you and take care of your future. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That's going to wrap it up for this one. You'll have to forgive my poor gameplay. I haven't played Helldivers 2 in over a year, and it's pretty rough, as you can see. I wish you the best of luck in your wealth creation journey. Remember, start small. Take your first step or your first action today. Invest what you can. Educate yourself. Take care of your financial future.